here we are, 6.5 months after 3,500 grafts by FUT strip method. And so Houdini here is your forum name. Houdini, he's a quick grower. He's doing really, really well. So this will alarm some people who grow in the latter half of the year. Here we're growing well at 6.5 months. So it's lovely to see, but it's not going to happen for everybody. Some people will be later growers. We worked in the front area here, and we also worked into the crown. So we were lucky enough to be able to get nice even coverage. Got great donor characteristics, lovely, good thickness to the hair, which has given us good coverage with, as I say, 3,500 grafts spread through the front zone, some into the mid scalp and some into the crown. So if we have a little look through, one of the big challenges with coarser hair, although it's great for getting coverage, it can be a challenge for getting naturalness because, of course, coarse hair can look a little bit harsh in a hairline. So it's really important that we pick out these little finer hairs to make that little softness to the front and these little irregular peaks and troughs. So these, I think, have worked really, really nicely to create a softness and to a broken hairline. Some of them are still a little bit, like that's lovely and soft. Some of them have got a little bit of kinkiness to them because they're so young still. They've only just grown through. You see there's a little kinkiness to that. That'll settle down. So I think this softness, I think, is really, really nice. It's really important. And also we've got nice even growth through the area. So if we comb through, we can see that these are all grafts. And to anyone else, they just look like normal hairs, but we can tell that it's a graft simply because it's a strong hair in an area that was otherwise full of miniaturized hairs. So this area was completely bald. This was miniaturizing in the mid-scalp, and then there was miniaturization through the posterior mid-scalp, and then an empty crown. So these are all grafts in this frontal area here. And it just gives them so many more opportunities for styling now. We can see that we can't achieve everything. So one thing we had to compromise with is a safe receded hairline, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. These sides may decide to dip down a little bit, in which case having a receded hairline is just much safer. We can always see if because Houdini is taking Propecia, so it may be that the hair loss actually stabilises for years, in which case we may have the luxury of bringing forward and creating a slightly more rounded and a slightly stronger hairline. But this is a hairline that's going to see him out for the rest of his days because it's very, very natural and has allowed us to cover a bigger area. Had we lowered the hairline further, we would have struggled to get such dense coverage throughout. So I think this has worked really, really well in compromise. So if we have a little look at the crown and spin you around, we can see that we'll put some before and after photos together, but this was completely empty, and then this was empty, and we had a bridge of miniaturizing hair here. He'd been on Propecia for 3 years now?
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 years.
Okay, so the Propecia was already doing its thing and had stabilised the hair loss. So everything we're now seeing is from the transplant, but the great thing is we've got some confidence that this marginal hair is going to stick around. We can see, of course, the crown is never going to look as thick as the front. We have to prioritise. And for anyway, the crown, the hair is radiating, so it's always going to have a slightly thinner appearance than hair put into the front. Also, though, we want to prioritise, and it's going to be always more important having denser hair at the front. So we've gone for even coverage, and you can see we've recreated the whirl pattern here. So it's got a nice a shape which just follows the natural flow of hair, which I think just looks really, really, really natural. So we're winning. Happy with how it's going?
Very happy.
And it's still only 6.5 months. So we're going to see some changes over the next few months with the hair just feeling more natural.
Through the donor area?
Yes, David. So we've just been talking to Houdini's hairdresser who came with him today, and she says that she can cut the hair however she wants, really. This is a grade 4 in the middle here. Feels shorter than the 4, but does she use scissors or a clipper?
Clippers.
Okay. But she says she can't find the scar. I mean, obviously there is a scar there, but he's done really, really well. To be able to give 3,500 grafts and scar that well, he's got nice skin. I think that was it there, wasn't it?
There was the scar just there.
Where are you? There you go. So you can see that it's broken in that the hair is growing in through the scar tissue, because we've used a trichophytic closure where we intentionally take the tops off the hairs just on either side of the wound, and that allows the hair to grow into the scar tissue, which if you then heal with a nice fine scar, you're going to end up with a beautiful scar with hair growing through it. There's always an element of unpredictable scarring in everybody, so you can't guarantee the width of a scar, but I think we've done really well. I think it's a nice scar. You've healed great.